Good afternoon, Heimberg Louis. Let's begin the warm-up session. What do you find rewarding about being a nurse?
I truly love helping people, and the most rewarding thing for me as a nurse is seeing the joy of patients and their families. It is always a priceless feeling to see our patients recover to a normal life after going through a difficult time. Throughout my years as a nurse, I have seen many heartbreaking times as well, and being able to help those families cope with loss has been very difficult, but also rewarding.
How do you deal with someone who isn't satisfied with your patient care?
When faced with a dissatisfied patient, I assess the issue, determine if it's something within my control to correct, address their concerns, answer their questions, and collaborate with colleagues for alternative solutions if necessary. My goal is to accommodate the patient without compromising their care.
Tell me what you feel your greatest skill as a nurse is.
My greatest skill as a nurse is my communication ability. I'm very proud of my ability to listen to what a patient is telling me. Nothing frustrates them more than feeling as though they're not being heard, and actively listening can help make someone comfortable. In addition, I learned that addressing their concerns and communicating assuredly make them feel comfortable, which is important to receiving quality care.
What do you find is the hardest part about being a nurse?
I think the hardest thing I've had to deal with is feeling helpless. While it's my job to provide as much care and comfort as medically possible, there are times when I just can't do more. Seeing someone in pain or feeling miserable and knowing there's nothing you can do to help is the most difficult thing I deal with. I am a nurse because I genuinely care about people and want to help, and when I can't, that's hard.
How do you handle the stress of the job?
To handle the stress of the job, I prioritize self-care and seek support from colleagues and loved ones. I maintain a healthy work-life balance by scheduling regular breaks, engaging in activities I enjoy outside of work, and practicing stress relief techniques such as mindfulness or exercise. Additionally, I make sure to communicate openly with my colleagues about any challenges I'm facing and seek their advice and support when needed. Taking time to decompress and recharge allows me to approach my work with renewed energy and focus, ultimately ensuring that I can continue to provide the best possible care to my patients.
Your preparation time is over. Please start your OET speaking role play.
Good afternoon. It's good to see you here today. I'm Heimberg Louis, and I'm the nurse who will be speaking with you today. To start, could you tell me a little bit about what brings you in to see us today?
Well, thank you, Nurse Heimberg. For the past few weeks, I've been having this persistent shortness of breath. It started gradually, but it's been getting worse lately. Sometimes I feel like I can't get enough air, and it's quite frightening. It's also making me feel very tired all the time. That's why I decided to come in today.
All right. Before proceeding, may I know your name, please?
Sure, my name is Mihiraa.
I understand, Mihiraa. It sounds quite distressing to experience that persistent shortness of breath and fatigue. It's good that you came in to get it checked out. To help us understand what might be going on, could you tell me a bit about your usual eating habits?
Well, in the mornings, I usually have a cup of tea and maybe a biscuit or two. For lunch, I often have some rice with a vegetable curry or perhaps some lentils. In the evenings, I tend to have a more substantial meal like some fish curry with rice, or sometimes some chapati and vegetables. I don't really snack much between meals. I do drink water throughout the day, but maybe not as much as I should.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Mihiraa. It gives me a better picture. Now, have you noticed any changes related to your eating or body weight recently?
My appetite has been a bit off, to be honest. Some days I feel like eating nothing, and other days I feel a bit hungrier. I haven't really noticed any big changes in my weight, maybe lost a little, but I'm not entirely sure.
I understand, Mihiraa. It can be quite concerning when your appetite is unpredictable like that. It's also very common to not always notice small changes in weight, especially when you're dealing with other things like feeling unwell. Thank you for sharing that with me. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about why good nutrition is so important, especially when someone is experiencing breathing difficulties, even if we're still exploring the exact reasons for yours. Think of food as the fuel your body needs to work properly, just like a car needs petrol to run. When you're not eating well, or if your body isn't getting the right kinds of fuel, it can make you feel more tired and weaker. When it comes to breathing, the food we eat can actually have an impact. Big, heavy meals can sometimes make you feel very full, and that fullness can push up against your diaphragm. That's the big muscle that helps you breathe. When that happens, it can make it a little harder to take deep, comfortable breaths. So, one of the things that can often help is to try eating smaller amounts of food more often throughout the day, rather than a few large meals. This can make it easier for your body to digest the food, and can also help you maintain a steadier level of energy throughout the day without that feeling of being overly full and breathless. Does that make sense?
Oh, I see. I never really thought about that connection.
It's very common not to realize that connection, Mihiraa. Many people don't think about how closely linked breathing and digestion can be. But making these small adjustments to how and what you eat can sometimes make a noticeable difference in how you feel. Now, let's talk a little more about the kind of fuel we're putting into your body. When you're not feeling your best, it's really important to focus on foods that give you a lot of goodness in each bite. We call these nutrient-dense foods. Think of things like healthy fats, which you can find in foods like avocados, nuts, and olive oil. These are great for giving you sustained energy and can actually help your body in many ways. Then there's protein, which is so important for repairing and keeping your muscles strong. You can find good sources of protein in things like fish, eggs, lentils, and beans. On the other hand, foods that are high in simple carbohydrates, like sugary drinks, white bread, and a lot of processed snacks, can sometimes cause your blood sugar levels to go up and down quickly. For some people, this can even contribute to feeling more breathless or tired. So, we often suggest limiting these kinds of foods. Staying hydrated by drinking enough fluids throughout the day is also crucial for your overall well-being. Water helps your body function properly in so many ways. However, as we talked about with feeling full, sometimes drinking too much fluid right before or during your meals can also make you feel quite full and potentially affect the space your lungs have to expand when you breathe. So, it's generally better to sip on fluids between meals rather than drinking large amounts with your food. How does all of that sound?
So, smaller meals and focusing on healthier foods?
Exactly. So, Mihiraa, to help you put all of this information together and create a plan that really works for you. I would strongly recommend that we schedule an appointment for you to see a dietitian. Dietitians are experts in how food affects our bodies, and they can give you very specific strategies and advice tailored just for you. During an appointment with a dietitian, you'll have the chance to talk in detail about your current eating habits, what kinds of foods you enjoy, and any challenges you might be facing with eating. They can help you develop a practical and easy-to-follow eating plan that takes all of that into account. They can also provide guidance on whether any nutritional supplements might be helpful for you, always keeping your preferences and medical situation in mind. What are your thoughts on this suggestion? Do you have any concerns or questions about seeing a dietitian?
That sounds like it could be really helpful.
Absolutely, Mihiraa. So, would you be happy for me to go ahead and schedule an appointment for you to see a dietitian soon?
Yes, please. I think that would be very beneficial. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Mihiraa. I'm glad you think so too. I'll get that appointment arranged, and someone from the team will be in touch with you shortly with the details. In the meantime, we're here to support you, so please don't hesitate to reach out if anything else comes up. Take care.
Thank you.